A very good morning, and this time from the capital city of Malaysia, which is none other than the amazing city of lights called Kuala Lumpur. As you perhaps know, I just finished my amazing adventure in Sri Lanka, the Sri Lanka Uncovered series. A total of 21 episodes that was taking me around almost the entire island before finishing it up in the wonderful city of Kandy. And so here I am, and getting ready for my short breakout holiday to the capital city of Taiwan, the modern cosmopolitan metropolis of Taipei. Unfortunately, there is a powerful typhoon, called Typhoon Gaemi, currently also on its way to Taiwan, and its landfall has been predicted at the very same time as my planned landing at the Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport, so I am hoping that my flight tomorrow is not cancelled, and more importantly, that all goes well for my flight to Taiwan and my Taipei adventure breakout holiday, which is starting tomorrow. But first let's enjoy this very beautiful and sunny day here in Kuala Lumpur. And now I am here in Kampong Baru, where they not only sell clothes and handicrafts, but as you can see, it is also a delicious street food area and one of the places where I can end up overeating myself. In short, this city never disappoints, and if you happen to visit it someday, absolutely take a day out like me and explore the narrow lanes, the high skyscrapers, the shopping malls, and go out and experience the real food and the charming locals that makes this city so special and so inviting to come back for even more. For anyone who has never been to Kuala Lumpur, here are some of my reasons why you should visit this amazing city. For me, not only is Kuala Lumpur one of the most modern and developed cities in Malaysia, but it is also known as the city in Southeast Asia with the most skyscrapers. Moreover, it also sporting exquisite shopping malls, luxurious hotels with top-class standards as well as the more budget-friendly guest houses. And on top of that, it is also boasting one of Asia's most mouth-watering cuisines, so in short, Kuala Lumpur has it all. The city is also known as a multiracial society and the melting pot of Southeast Asia, where many different races and cultures make it one of the most vibrant places to visit. It was once a British colony, so expect to see Art Deco buildings mixed with modern structures, making it one of the more interesting city to explore on foot here in Asia. A new day, and a new country, and due to our well-experienced Air Asia captain, I just safely arrived here at Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport. And trust me, the flight and its landing was rather turbulent and hair-raising due to the arrival of Typhoon Gaemi, which made landfall on Taiwan's eastern coast just around the same time we approached the island, and unleashing its torrential rainfall with whipping winds across the entire island, and already now causing some fatalities and hardship. So no wonder that many trains and ferry services were suspended. Hundreds of international and domestic flights were cancelled and the schools and offices were ordered closed as the authorities announced that Gaemi is the strongest typhoon in the past 8 years. They announced that its adverse weather will continue across the island for 2 more days, so of course my question is now, did I made the right decision to visit Taipei currently, or would I be better off somewhere else in Asia? Well, come and let's see how it unfolds and if it was worthwhile to come here or not. Meanwhile, after an unusually long ride from the airport due to the reduced train frequency, and trying to find a taxi for the last 700 meters, that is still working in this unforgivable weather conditions, I finally checked into the hotel and also found one of the few eateries that have been still serving dinner near to my place of stay. I must admit that the already 500-meter short walk to the small food store was an adventure by itself, as my umbrella got pounded by heavy rain and fierce gust of winds. Later on the news, I also learned that around midnight last night the Typhoon Gaemi finally made full landfall here in Taiwan and bringing in even more fierce winds and heavy rains with it. So no wonder the city today morning looks like out of the movie The Day After, with all the banks, office, restaurants and department stores closed. I also noticing that hardly any people are outside on the road. Well, luckily for me, some of the public transport are still running and a few 7-Eleven convenience stores and small eateries are still operating. Despite all of this, I consider myself lucky not venturing outside of the city of Taipei, as the rest of Taiwan was even on a higher alert than the city itself, with more than 500 cancelled flights, scrapped military drills and long lines forming at supermarkets with people stocking up on food and water, as more and more streets were getting impassable from increased floods and landslides that happened across the country.
Okay. All I see across the room, X marked on the spot, everybody tryna zoom. This is casual, another night with the wolves, but I should be dealing with them, she's a damn professional. cold, yeah, she knows.
It is now early evening and I decided to come and explore the local night market here in the Ximending area, and while the winds had subsided to some extent. But the rain is still coming and going in a frequent and rather strong pattern, and so walking around this rain-soaked area is no fun. With most of the shops still closed, there is really not much choice here. However, I can see more and more brave souls coming out and walking the streets in search of some food and relaxation after passing the worst of the typhoon. Luckily, Taipei city was spared of much of the devastation that the rest of the island has endured. I also noticed that here the typhoons are somehow taken with a light smiles and a sense of humor, as typhoons hit Taiwan on an average of 3 to 4 times a year. So it is something they have learned to live with. It is almost seen like an annual event here, and they even call it the typhoon holidays or the typhoon season, like our taxi driver noted. And so this is becoming a good opportunity for kids to stay indoors and play their video games, as they get precious days off from school.
Everybody else mad, adrenaline rushing, even them in the dust, now they convert into stands. The world is in her hands now, she's living in my head, rent free, burning through my long-term plan. Coated lies with the honey trap eye. She's dangerous.
Now what better to do on a rainy and stormy day than to attend the 23rd Comics, Anime, and Manga exhibition here in Taiwan at the Taipei World Trade Center. Even with the storm hovering over the island, the Taiwan's Chinese Animation and Comic Publishers Association urged attendees through social media to stagger their entry times and advised fans to prioritize their safety, as they expecting over 500,000 visitors during the 4-day that is, featuring around 150 exhibitors occupying the 1,200 booths. Nevertheless, I was speechless seeing all the well-known cosplayers from Taiwan and from around the world showcasing their famous anime characters, as well as their fans who arrived completely dressed up in their beloved anime persona and gears. It was certainly an event for me to be remembered.
She's got everyone's attention. She's dangerous. They wanna get a number on a roulette. Tryna find and open it. Roll the dice, cold sweat running down my neck. She be on the next victim. Get caught in a web.
And just around the corner from the Taipei World Trade Center, I am now in front of the famous Taipei 101 skyscraper, which was once the world's tallest building from its opening on the 31st of December in the year of 2004, until the year of 2010 when the Burj Khalifa in Dubai surpassed it. Nevertheless, it is still a very imposing tower with its postmodernist architectural style that evokes traditional Asian aesthetics in a modern structure. Its design also is incorporating a number of features that enables the building to withstand earthquakes and severe tropical storms. The tower also houses offices, restaurants, shops, as well as an indoor and an outdoor observatory deck, as well as a multi-level high-end shopping mall that has the world's largest Rui symbol as an exterior feature, which is a ceremonial scepter in the Chinese Buddhism belief and symbolizing the power and good fortune. Lucky me, now as I am into my 3rd full day here in Taipei, the rain has finally stopped and the weather is getting considerably better. So it is time to visit one of the most famous temple here in Taipei, the Lungshan Temple, which was built in the year of 1738 by the settlers from Fujian during the Qing rule and in honor of Guanyin, which was historically depicted as a genderless apprentice. The temple's name originated from the ancient Lungshan Temple established in Chiang County of Fujian Province back in the 7th century. Later, the immigrants from the 3 counties of Chiang, Nannan and Huiyan of Fujian came to Menka in the beginning of the 18th century and erected this temple when they created the new settlement here in Taipei. Unfortunately, the Lungshan Temple of today is no longer the original building, which was built back in the year of 1738, as it has been destroyed several times, either in full or in parts, in one of the many earthquakes, fires and even in an American bomber's air raid, which was executed during the Second World War. And as of today, the locals really do consider Lungshan to be the most important temple in their city, and as an active place of worship, always buzzing with energy and devotion, as 3 daily chanting ceremonies take place in the temple grounds year in and year out. Outside the temple in the surrounding streets of the Wanhua District, which is also the oldest district of Taipei, you can find fortune tellers that for some money dish out your future guidance. You will also see countless vendors displaying and selling an array of herbs, medicines and religious artifacts for your well-being. Moreover, here in this area are no less than 4 night markets that come alive in the evening, where you can quench your thirst or hunger with the most delicious local drinks and food you can find. A mere 5 minutes walk away from the temple and I am here in the Bopiliao Historical Block, which is the historic street of Taipei here in the Wanhua District. The block is almost made completely of 1 or 2-story brick buildings, with many of them dating back to over 200 years ago. This district was also one of the earliest commercial districts here in the northern parts of Taiwan. The Bopiliao Old Street is located in the Wanhua District around the Laosong Elementary School, which was built back in the year of 1896 and considered as a municipal heritage site. Here we can see well-preserved streets and traditional shop homes from the Chiang period, as well as buildings from the Japanese occupation and early post-war periods. Many of these buildings have witnessed the development of the Mengjia area, which is today's Wanhua District. And over the years it formed an important part of the historical urban landscape of Taipei, with notable buildings such as the Taipei home of Chang Tai-yen, the Yongxing Tingchuanta store, the Song Xiexing Rice store, the residence of Dr. Liu A. Chang, the Ri Xiang Inn, the Tao Bindery, the Xiuying Tea Shop, the Changshou Tea Shop, the public bath, and last but not least the Weiling Taoist shrine with its famous Taoist altar named Weiling Altar, or Master's Altar, which is very well known throughout the Taoist circles, and dating back from the era of Japanese rule until to today, and so this religious center has actually existed for a full 5 generations. Now when you are in Taipei, the number 1 place you must visit is definitely the Ximending Night Market. Not only because the clothes, cosmetics, souvenirs, food and drinks, but also because this bustling shopping district is the mecca for trends for young and old. Think of it like Taiwan's version of Japan's Harajuku or Thailand's Siam Square. You certainly will not get bored, as there is so much happening and to see here that you will have sleepless nights. The Ximending Night Market, or officially the Ximending Pedestrian Zone, is mainly for shopping, so if you are looking for clothes, shoes, and cosmetics, not the ones from any of the international luxury brands such as Gucci, Louis Vuitton and whatever comes to your mind, then you are here on the right place. Ximending is also known to be a safe place for LGBTQ+ members. So don't be surprised if you see the famous Rainbow 6 crossing right in front of the exit and entrance of the Ximending metro station, and the various gay bars and LGBTQ-friendly establishments which you might probably encounter around here. Night markets here in Taiwan have become a fundamental part of the Taiwanese culture and society, since they provide the local population with rich social activities and important employment. And frankly speaking, I never been to a city with so many different night markets. Just to mention a few of them, here I am at the Ximending Night Market, then there is the Shilin Night Market, the Ningxia Night Market, the Huaxi Night Market, and that is all in Taipei. They usually open in the late afternoon and closing around midnight or a bit later. So what are you waiting for? Let's come and enjoy the fun.
Let's go. Are you ready? You've been staring since I came in. I know you wanna get to know me. But honestly, I came with my girls, wanna dance by ourselves. Can't you tell? Baby, I have thick skin. Yeah, I don't let things get to
And here I am now at the historic temple to the goddess of Mazu, located right in the middle of the Ximending Night Market. The Ximending Temple is actually a reconstruction dating to the year of 1927, and rebuilt to the original temple design that was built in the year of 1864. It is a new day here, and the most sunniest day so far I could experience here in Taipei, maybe because it is called Sunday. And because it is Sunday, let's try one of the best Japanese sushi restaurants Taipei City has to offer. This small restaurant here is only known to the locals and well off the beaten track here in the area of a side street in the Baitu district. It is a non-shiki-miki Japanese restaurant run as a family business for almost the last 40 years and now in its third generation and serving amazing fresh quality of sushi, sashimi and other delicious Japanese dishes in huge portion to an almost everyday sold-out audience for a reasonable price by its owners. So what better opportunity than to try it out right here and right now? And after my most delicious Japanese lunch, I am now here for a good walk at the beautiful Taipei Botanical Garden located in the Nanhai Academy on Nanhai Road in the Zhongzheng district. This botanical garden was established during the Japanese rule in the year of 1896 and then officially renamed to the Taihoku Botanical Garden in the year of 1921. As of today, it is covering an area of about 8 hectares that includes over 2,000 plant species and famous for its lotus flowers pond. It is also the perfect getaway for a hot and sunny Sunday afternoon like today, as the Taipei Botanical Garden is very densely forested and well shaded. There is no way visiting Taipei without seeing the momentous Memorial Hall of Chiang Kai-shek's, which is painted in all clean and bright white color on each of its 4 sides and topped off by its blue octagonal roof that picks up the symbolism of the number 8, a number traditionally associated in China with abundance and good fortune. 2 sets of white stairs, each with 89 steps to represent Chiang's age at the time of his death, lead to the main entrance. The ground level of the memorial is housing a library and a museum documenting the life and career of Chiang Kai-shek's and detailing Taiwan's history and development. The upper level contains the main hall, in which a large statue of Chiang Kai-shek is located, and where a guard mounting ceremony takes place at regular intervals. As of today, the square is Taipei's site of choice for mass gatherings and the hub of past events, which helped ushering Taiwan into its era of modern democracy. The Chinese inscription now over the main gate declares the plaza as a Liberty Square. Furthermore, I learned that as of this year the Ministry of Culture announced the removal of the military honor guards from the memorial as part of efforts to stop the promotion of a cult of personality around Chiang Kai-shek and its authoritarianism. The Liberty Square is also home to 3 major landmarks as well as the civic parks. At the east end of the Liberty Square stands the National Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, and the square is well flanked by the National Concert Hall on the north and the National Theater on the south side, with a park and a wall that is surrounding the entire plaza and the whole site. And last but not least, since it is our last evening here in Taipei and the weather is now so nice, we are now hiking the Xiangshan Trail on the Elephant Mountain, which is a nice little hike here right in the city without having to leave the city. It only takes an hour or two, depending on your physical condition, until you can see the Taipei 101 Tower and the city beyond, which is certainly one of the most famous views of Taipei. The starting point of the trail is the Xiangshan Station, which is the eastern terminus of the Red Line, and exactly one stop past the Taipei 101 station. Immediately south of the station you will see the fairly long and narrow park called the Zhongxiang Park, and that is where the trail is starting. And with this amazing nighttime view from the Elephant Mountain onto the Taipei 101 Tower and the city of Taipei and beyond, I will now end my one-part Taipei adventure, which started in the middle of a typhoon and is ending in one of the most beautiful nightfall here on the island of Taiwan. Once again, thank you all for watching this special episode and being part of this amazing journey. Good night, and see you in my next adventure of Season 8, which is coming up on this channel very soon, and as usual in a completely new and exciting location. In the meantime, have a great journey, drive safe, be happy, stay healthy, and certainly never ever stop to explore even more.